You should have the link now.
Okay, so you're Scott.
I'm Isaac.
You're
That's
Isaac.
Isaac, yeah.
Okay, is it Pato or Pato?
Pato.
Pato. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's a pretty baller last name.
It is. It's Portuguese for duck.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. There you go.
Are you guys drinking tonight?
Yep.
Isaac, Scott, you guys having a beverage?
Yeah, got a
See something.
Labatt Blue.
Oh, nice.
Oh, love that. Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
homage to my time in upstate New York.
There you go.
Hey, Phil, so are you kicking this thing off? Do
yeah,
it.
I'll kick it off, but then
Yeah.
I'm kicking it right back to you for the drinking stuff.
Phil, you're looking snazzy right now. I like it. I like
Thanks,
it.
man.
You just have a persona
I love you
about
too.
you right now.
Are you
Thanks. I
working,
love you
Phil?
too, man.
What's going on?
Am I glowing? I was.
Yeah.
I was working, and I just got down to the big presentation in front of 40 people. So
How'd you do?
All
How'd you do?
I got claps, man. They were clapping for me.
Nice.
I was
You
told
don't-
that
yeah,
would never
that's-
happened before.
Really?
Was there
Whoever
drinking
told you
going?
that, it's just me.
Yeah, everybody was drinking. So
His grade. What's his name?
You mean it never happened before that? You got claps or you got the clap? Which one was it?
Wow. I thought it. Didn't say it, yeah.
hey, MJ, did you go over the pre-record checklist?
No. He's muted. You're muted, MJ.
Okay.
Fail.
Sorry, no. They just got people together. You got 1 minute.
Okay. So mute your phones. If it gets noisy in the background, don't forget to mute your microphone. Keep your mic close and keep your head to the top of the screen so the Brady Bunch down below doesn't cut you off.
All right, here's Scott. Too good.
Hey, Scott.
That's on.
Hey, Scott.
If you get knocked off, just go ahead and reconnect. And during the opening, MJ plays a video. So just when we open, be quiet or mute yourself
In 15 seconds.
for the video.
I'm trying to retweet us. Retweet us.
All right, here we go. From tornadoes to hurricanes, blizzards, and everything in between, you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast. Stormfront Freaks are former television meteorologist Mark Massaro, collegiate senior in atmospheric science Brady Harris, digital meteorologist and weather producer for The Lift on the Weather Channel app, Dina Knightley, freelance on-camera meteorologist and former Weather Channel meteorologist Kim Cunningham, and I'm your announcer and Skywar Network radio operator Mark Johnson. Now, here's the moderator of the Stormfront Freaks podcast, amateur storm spotter Bill Johnson.
All right, welcome to the most entertaining weather podcast on your listening and viewing device. This is the Stormfront Freaks podcast. And if you're watching the recording on YouTube or Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, it's Stormfront Freaks Raw. This is episode 33. And I'm going to stop just for a second. That's Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV. They're still watching us. That's fine, but we'll cut this out of the audio. I'm hearing, Scott, I think it's you. I'm hearing lots of clicking or something. I don't know. I'm hearing clicking from somebody. Scott, can you hear me? Scott, thumbs up if you can hear me. Hello?
Yeah,
All
it doesn't look like it.
So we don't have Scott. But anyway, I don't know if that was him or Isaac. Were you tapping on anything or?
I don't think so. I can mute myself. We can test it.
No, that's fine.
It's his heartbeat.
Do you want me to give Scott a call?
That's cute, man.
It's Scott for sure because it came up before.
Okay. Mark, can you mute him maybe or something for now? Until we know we got him up.
But get it fixed before we continue. Again,
Yeah, let's just get it
Oklahoma
fixed.
weather TV folks. We're just fixing a few things.
I
is all behind the scenes, man.
It
You
is.
don't normally get this. This is good
Raw.
I
stuff.
could get off my I know the people want, they want some entertainment. I could get off my my recorder that I usually play.
Man.
Do some solos.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
I've been working. I've been practicing, and I think
It's too early into the beer. I'm just saying.
yeah. You need a couple more drinks before you hear what I've got to
Mhm.
offer.
More
But
than
we're
that.
excited. We're excited to hear that.
Isaac, were you able to get a hold of him?
Yeah, I texted him. I have a little thread going on with him, so I think he'll figure it out. Hopefully, it'll get sorted out quick.
He can't. I mean, we can hear his clicking. We can't, but he can't hear us. Apparently, is that right?
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
He's muted. He's not muted.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just tell him to close out of Chrome and reopen it, and then hopefully that'll work better.
And then there's that little gear.
I'm not talking at the moment.
Check his.
The audio.
Oh,
Can
I
you hear
him.
us now?
I heard you now, Scott. Are you there?
Let's give it a couple minutes, and I'm just gonna say if we don't get Scott on, Isaac, you're gonna be solo if that's okay.
That's fine.
Jason Derulo riding solo. I'm riding solo.
Riding solo.
I'm riding solo. There you go. Starting to feel it.
I miss
Starting to
Scott,
feel
though.
it, baby.
There it is.
I can't
Yeah.
do without him.
Oh dear.
I know.
You can do it, man. I believe in you. I
Yeah, I'll
believe in
try.
you.
I'll keep texting him.
The problem with Scott is this is kind of his third sound test with something different. His first two was he was using something different or somewhere different. So unfortunately, we didn't get a sound check with Scott in using the equipment and any location he would be using tonight. So this is what happens.
Second time was carrier pigeons, wasn't it, or something?
It was.
He's back.
There's a lot of
First was Morse
I can hear
code,
him.
I believe.
Scott, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hey, there he is.
So sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. You were just testing us. We know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
We're good.
Wow, Scott, it is bright outside. Where are you calling from? Because it's dark outside my window.
Oh well, I'm in downtown Dallas, pretty close to
Oh,
downtown
okay.
here.
There you go.
Yeah. So
That's
there might be a little bit of camera. The camera might be getting a little bit more filtering more light than it should. So.
Oh,
No,
no, I
it's
like
good.
it. It reminds me
Okay,
of
fine.
what can be.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Okay,
See you later.
let's do this. Hey, quiet. Scott, just make sure before when you first came on, we were hearing some tapping and stuff like that. So because if you're using your laptop mic or something, or I don't know, but just that movement or that tapping, we could hear the movement and all that stuff. So try and
It's right
I hear
here
it
on
now.
my.
I hear it.
Is it a fan?
okay. So we got to try and make sure you're not moving your head a lot, because
It could be rubbing up against my shirt here.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm
that's
hearing
not-
something else now. That's not him.
I hear someone tapping or clicking their keyboard. Isaac, is that you?
Head check.
Brady.
No, it's not me.
Who's clicking on their keyboard?
Everybody show
Somebody-
their hands.
Head
Sounds
check.
sounds like a fidget spinner.
Put your hands up. It does
Or-
sound like.
Or is someone's got that in the background or something?
Something's
I don't know.
vibrating somewhere. Yeah.
Sounds like. What is that?
It's getting louder.
I know.
Oh yeah. So Scott's muted right now.
I just accidentally muted him. I can't unmute him.
Oh.
You can't unmute him, but you know what? It stopped though. When you unmute him, it stopped.
There. I think he's back now.
There he is.
His hands are up.
Okay, it went away. So let's go.
It's gone.
All
right. Let's start. We'll start again. So hey, this is all the fun
Hey.
behind the scenes.
That's right.
This is it, baby.
Sneak peek for our YouTube viewers and our Oklahoma Weather TV viewers.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to say this because I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm going to recommend at least to Isaac because he's got the microphone thing to mute yourself
No,
when
Scott.
you're not talking. Or Scott, sorry. Scott, mute yourself
my microphone.
when you're not talking, and when you're ready to talk, go ahead and unmute yourself and jump in.
Yep.
Maybe that.
Okay.
Keep it out. In 3, 2. All right, welcome to the most entertaining weather podcast on your listening and viewing device. This is the Stormfront Freaks podcast, and if you're watching the recording on YouTube or Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, it's Stormfront Freaks Raw. Hey, this is episode 33. We've got 2 members of the Storm Chase team, Basehunters Chasing, with us. So we look forward to speaking with Isaac and Scott. We'll also be discussing the various cutthroat competitions within the storm chasing community. And don't forget to stick around for our Weather Fools. We also have some great WX resources and more crazy, wacky fun as always. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Maz to go ahead and let's introduce the team.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Hey, we're going to find out what everybody's having as a beverage. I think I hear some tea on in the background that's got that sound. But anyway, hey, MJ, you're up in Minnesota. What are you drinking, dude?
Hey, I'm up here, but I've gone south of the border today. I've got Dos Equis Lager Especial. So stay thirsty, my
Oh,
friend.
the most interesting man in the world right now.
Dos Equis.
Very nice. Hey, Phil, are you in town or are you out of town?
I'm in town, but I'm in my office, so I am not the most entertaining man in the world. Is it entertaining or exciting?
Interesting.
What's the catchphrase? Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I've got a lot of that, but I am drinking my Diet Code Red Mountain Dew tonight.
Oh my
That is-
gosh.
That's my cup of
This
tea.
spike-
This is
Like
like
with vodka or something.
this. I'll be honest with you. This is the first show. So we're on what, episode 33. This is the first show I'm not drinking something alcoholic, because there was one show I still was drinking cough syrup, even though I wasn't feeling well.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
I got
That's right.
alcohol.
Wow.
Are you getting the shakes?
I'm on the wagon, baby.
All right. Kim, I hear
Yes.
you're in Atlanta?
I am.
You're home. I saw you're home there. So what are you drinking?
Yeah, I'm home. I have a IPA again. This is a wrought iron IPA. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Abita. So this is their IPA, and it's very hoppy, and I'm enjoying that today.
I love the song. Inagata de Beta. Is that what
Yes.
it is? Okay.
Yes.
Just checking.
And I got a Abita. That's it.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
I like
Hey,
cheers.
I'm Maz. I'm going for the 30 weight tonight with the Guinness.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
really good.
It's heavy.
I know I was craving it. I
A nice
going
summer
through-
brew.
was going through
Yeah, no
Kroger and I was looking and I'm like, I'll take the 30 weight tonight. So anyway. And I do shop for my own beer, just to let you know.
Friday
Hey,
night.
we got some
Fair
guests,
enough.
and we'll get to the formal introductions here in just a second. But Isaac, I thought I saw a bottle of something there with you.
Yeah, I'm drinking some Labatt Blue tonight. I honestly don't know how old this bottle is. Found it in the basement.
Oh, that's
But,
awesome.
Beer doesn't go bad.
I spent
Those are the best
time,
ones.
up in upstate New York. Love drinking this. Just get back to those times.
Was it in the
Betcha.
Yes.
Was it in the seat cushion or like where'd you find it?
Oh, it was just like on some shelf down there gathering dust. I was like, hey, this one's the one I want. So
Awesome. And you got your sidekick Scott with you. Now, Scott, where are you and what do you got?
So I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I accidentally recycled my Pepsi can. I had one and I forgot to. I drank it all and I threw it away, and yeah. So I'm the lame duck in the group here.
Wait, Scott, you threw it away or you recycled it? Because that's an important distinction. I think we need to hash this out right now.
I recycled in the recycle bin.
Okay, that's the answer I like to hear right there, baby.
So wait a minute. So you are drinking it or you're not?
I
Yeah,
was
nothing.
drinking it. I was drinking it when I was
Okay.
Ubering. When it was in the middle of my Uber drive, and I was drinking it, and it just slipped my mind that I needed to show it on here, and I just
No, that's
yeah,
a fun
but-
Uber ride
yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
I'll tip you extra for
You're
that.
so wild. My
Were
God.
you the Uber-er or the Uber-e?
Ooh.
I'm the Uber-er.
Uber, okay. Just remember, both
Yeah.
hands on the wheel, sir. All right.
Yes.
Definitely. I'm not driving right now, so that'd be a talent in myself.
That's true. Let's get to Kim so she can get to the formal introductions tonight. That's what everybody's waiting
All
for.
right. Yes, they are.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Where is
Matt,
the Brady
what
boy?
the-
You forgot somebody.
Oh,
Forgot
Bra-
the base,
Brady-
the base of the podcast.
No, hold on.
Base.
I thought I saw a
Okay.
glass of water with food coloring in it.
No, this is wine. This is Dad. What wine is this? Oh crap! It's Selby. It's a Selby white wine, 2015, very vintage year, fresh grapes right off the
vintage
vine.
year
Is
2000.
that the make believe dad to go with your make believe wine?
No,
it's
it's
like-
not. New
Mom,
one. No,
Hold on. Hey, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, what are we drinking?
I already got my meatloaf for the night. Thank you.
It
very
looks like
much.
something he
And-
got out of the toilet.
And I just felt this is very good. Hey, you know what? If when I come to visit you guys, I'll bring a bottle of my dad's wine, and you'll be very impressed at how fancy I am. Because
Okay.
it's fantastic. So
Okay.
that's what I'm drinking
Sorry.
tonight.
Sorry, Brady.
it's gonna come out the same color.
Yeah,
Apparently.
exactly.
Apparently.
Apparently.
All
Oh,
right,
okay.
did I miss anybody now? Just checking once here. So
You got all the
right, Kim.
important people anyway.
well,
All right. Okay.
Oh.
All right, you guys. Tonight we are welcoming Basehunters Chasing, and tonight we have Isaac Pato and also Scott Peak joining us from the team. And by the way, Basehunters Chasing is committed. They are to capturing and sharing the most unique severe weather footage and photos on the market. Now, as meteorologists and weather geeks, of course, they are passionate about forecasting violent weather and also promoting community resilience against severe weather hazards. Now, Basehunters Chasing LLC was founded by Colt Forney, Isaac Pato, and Kevin Rolfs, and Scott Peak in 2010 to share their chasing photography and videography with the world. They were selected by Wired.com, this is so cool, as storm chasers to follow on Instagram. I know you guys got a great following, and we are so happy to have two of you here anyway. And looking at your website, just incredible video of some of these supercells and just from the beginning to the end. And I know you guys are really into chasing severe weather. Do you extend beyond severe weather, or are you just mainly into the plains right now?
Yeah, so we're chasing the eclipse that's coming up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to go up to northeast Kansas, actually, to see that.
Great. You got your glasses, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Got
glasses.
the works.
Uh-huh. Good. Oh.
Where's the
To
rest
add
of
on
the-
to that,
I was gonna say, where's everybody? Where's the rest of the guys?
Oh,
oh,
yeah, I think that's something going on tonight. Maybe playing bingo. I don't know.
trivia
Bingo.
night.
Trivia
Trivia
night.
night.
Well, there-
Trivia night. It better be weather trivia night because I don't see any other justification.
Well, I've got
Yeah.
a question for you guys. The Pilger tornado, the twin tornadoes. Did you guys, was that your video that I saw on your website that you guys actually shot?
So yeah, that was mine. I was chasing solo that day.
Oh my God,
and
that was awesome.
yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. That was a very unique day. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. Well, I say that, and then something else comes
Yeah.
along that blows my mind.
Exactly. It always gets one upped or so. I was on the air
Yes.
live that day on the Weather Channel, and I took my camera and actually held it up to the camera that was showing live two tornadoes, and so I videotaped it on my phone. But that was incredible. I can't imagine.
Thank
in
you. Thank
person.
you very much.
Did you sell
Well,
that?
thank
Kim?
you.
Did you sell that footage?
Yeah, to the Weather Channel.
Well, I wanted to add on to your question about covering storms
Mhm.
in the plains. I recently got a contract through Severe Studios through my broker, Corey Hartman, and he helped me get the contract to cover not only tornadoes and severe storms, but hurricanes, flooding, and winter weather events for the Weather Channel and stream live video to them. So I'll be expanding to, yeah, I'm excited. I'll be expanding from severe storms to other unique weather events as well.
That's awesome.
Are you going to get rid of your apartment and just live in your car then, or what?
I practically do already.
Cheers
I
to that,
practically
baby.
do. If you guys only knew what I did, at like where I slept, you would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're crazy."
What
You
you
got me
do,
worried
Scott,
about
is
you
you-
all the time, man.
So Scott, Isaac,
What's that, Isaac?
so
No, I was
Scott,
saying
Isaac, tell us how did you guys get into weather? Obviously you probably like most of us, we loved it since we were kids, but what got you, interested in actually doing it for a living?
Oh, I can tell you for me, it was seeing thunder snow for the first time, actually. Up in Boston on
Nice.
December 9th, 2005. I was getting out of high school and walking to catch the bus. Like the intensity of the snow and just feeling the wind and hearing the rumble of thunder, I was already kind of into weather, and that just sealed it for me.
Is that
But
where
you're-
Jim Cantori jumped out and was like, "Holy
I
smokes!"
think it was a couple years later in Chicago, but yeah.
He had one in New York City too with Bettis. Remember him and Bettis were in.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And Scott, what about you? What got you into weather?
So I took a trip to Colorado when I was pretty young. I think it was about 4, and I experienced thunder snow on Pikes Peak. But it was interesting. I was at the bottom of the peak, bottom of the mountain, the foot, in Colorado Springs, and it was blue sky out to the east, but there's storm obviously over the mountain. Got to the foot, it was raining. Got halfway up, it was sleeting. At the very top, there was a snowstorm, and it wasn't enough to close down the pass, but it was enough to cover the ground, and of course there was lightning with it.
Mhm.
And I'd always had a fear of lightning when I was a child, so I started reading books about how lightning worked, and that just kind of sealed the deal for me right there on for meteorology, and also through that I learned about tornadoes in those weather books as well, and yeah, pretty much just went on from there.
Game
So
over from there.
are you guys both meteorologists or not?
So I'm the storm geek that they're talking about on the description. I don't have a degree in meteorology, but I know Isaac does. Isaac can tell you more about that.
So Isaac, where'd you go to school, and what was your goal with getting your degree?
So I went to the University of Oklahoma to storm chase.
Jealous.
Okay.
Nice.
And so did you finish with a bachelor's?
Yeah, I finished with a bachelor's, and in my humble opinion, I think Scott's as much meteorologist as the rest of us, given the amount of time that he's dedicated.
Nice.
I think you should have the BGM, the Bachelor of Geek in Meteorology, right?
Honestly though,
Honorary.
you can learn as much as you want in a classroom, but until you actually go out and see the storm,
I completely agree. Yeah.
There's a whole different, there's book knowledge and then there's storm knowledge, and if you can actually tell the trends of a storm based on what you're seeing, that is a whole different skill that you don't even learn a second about in class. You might see pictures, but it's nothing like being there. So I'm with you on that one, Isaac.
So tell me, are you currently in meteorology then, Isaac, or what are you currently doing?
I am not currently in meteorology, actually. I have worked as a ship routing meteorologist, but currently I run an adult sailing program in Boston.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So
What,
I
an
do a lot of
adult what?
forecasting for that. Well, okay, that sounds really
Yeah.
I don't know, like a sailing program for people over 18, right? To get out, because we have a kids program.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so here's what I want. Here's what I want to know, because it does sound like both of you guys do some solo chasing, correct?
Scott more than me.
Yes,
Okay.
mainly me.
So,
Yeah.
so tell me this. So let me hear Scott, because we have a lot of people that listen and watch the show that they're not meteorologists either, and that's what's great about our shows. We got a little bit of everything here. But tell us on chase day, what are you using? What's your procedure to identify your target? What are you using as a non-meteorologist? Tell us what you figured out.
So yeah, we're using practically computer models to forecast these events. And what we're looking for in a nutshell is parameters that are conducive for tornadoes, those ingredients that are overlapping in an area to help for the ingredients of tornadoes. And in a nutshell, I don't know how deep you want to go into it, but that's practically
Let's
what
not get
we're
sciencey,
doing.
but what's your favorite model? What's the favorite model you use?
Christy Brinkley.
Oh gosh, My favorite model.
Your favorite weather?
My favorite model.
Yeah.
Right here in my head. Right here in my head. Intuition. You
Well,
know,
seriously, what I mean, you said you use models, so what's the one you like to use? The
Yeah.
most?
Well, I mean, if you want to get down to it, I like using the cam models, convective allowing models on the chase days.
Okay.
You know, but I like using my head too. You know, and looking at the
Mhm.
surface, what's going on currently,
Yeah.
currently, and you know,
Mhm.
that's a big deal. You want to find out. My favorite model is the one that is going along with what's currently happening.
It's
So
the
the
one
one
that's
that's
going to
catching
show the
on.
good storm.
Yes.
Right. There
It's
you
a
go.
one that, yes, exactly.
Well, Scott,
It's a one that's catching on.
I think you'd agree with me with models are pretty useful a couple days before because they give you the setup, but day of, you know, they might give you the general area, but they're not going to give you, you know, they're not going to give you the exact spot of the big storm of the day. That's for sure.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
So now tell me this, Scott. Tell me what you, because you talked about you look for certain ingredients. I guess what's the favorite ingredient, or maybe something that you think's really unique when I see this? Bingo.
That's a great question.
Yes, it is.
One of my favorite ingredients is cape. I love cape and wind shear. I love wind shear in the winter months, and I love cape in the summertime because you can get significant tornadoes with either or. So
Okay.
I love cape and tights in the fall.
Guys, I do not want to see you
And
with
a
a
mask.
cape.
I don't
Okay.
that image in my head.
now I'm throwing that same question out at Isaac, the meteorologist. On chase day, what's your procedure for identifying your target?
So a lot very similar to Scott. I'll put a plug in for the 3 kilometer NAM this season. I've liked that model a lot.
Me too.
And
It's a love-hate relationship.
yeah, no, I like it much better than the 4 kilometer. Much better. But yeah, no, I like to watch and see how the actual surface features and so forth actually evolve. It's never going to be exactly like the model, but the model will give you guidance as to what kind of interaction you're looking for that day. And when it comes to a parameter that I really like, I go with the new parameter, sort of new, critical angle. I really like to look at, of course, when it corresponds to the general like cape shear combination. I think we saw that in Dodge City with those that beautiful outbreak with critical angle about 90. We saw that in Massachusetts actually in 2011 with the Springfield Munson tornado. A very, very small photograph, but very, very close to 90-degree critical angle.
So explain what that is for people that have no clue, like me, what you're talking about.
So let me do my best here. And my best could be slightly wrong. But basically, you've got your shear vector. I'd try to be less sciencey. All right, the wind near the surface is going to be southerly on most chase days. And if you have a southerly wind and your storm motion is close to easterly, you have about a 90-degree critical angle because the surface winds are directly perpendicular to the actual storm motion. And that is, my understanding of it is that that's really, really good for streamwise vorticity. And you have, what that means is that you're actually using your cape, your instability efficiently. So there can be times when you have a really big cape number, but you're not really using it.
Yeah.
So it's important to use efficiently. That is my understanding, and I could be wrong.
Think about a hook echo. Think about the winds that rotate. Counterclockwise. So it's when the wind's coming from the south, that helps that kind of counterclockwise rotation.
Yeah.
So that's exactly you're exactly spot on there, Isaac.
Yeah. So I love critical angle. 90. That's my thing. I like talking. I don't know if you guys know Heidi Farrar, but I like talking to her about that.
Now, is that with the adult meteorology, Isaac?
That is the adult meteorology
angle. I don't know where you're going with that.
Wow.
So Scott, Isaac, when you guys are on a chase and you guys have picked a storm, is there ever like almost like an attachment you feel to that storm where like if there's a better storm, you won't know? Okay. Cause I feel like there's sometimes, you know, of course it's Ohio, but if I go chasing in Ohio, I'll look at a storm and like this is going to be the one, and then no matter what, I'm not going to, you know. Do you guys ever struggle with that?
For me, I'll dump a storm if it looks like crap, but that's me.
I guess if you do it enough,
Because for me,
you
it's
do
too
that.
much like a shot to my pride. Like it's like, dang, like everything I've prepared for that day of, I was completely wrong. Look at that. But
Scott should answer this question.
okay,
He's got to unmute himself first. But
he's
Yeah,
laughing.
well, I am laughing. Yeah, well, I mean, I have an attachment to the storms that actually do it. You know, produce a tornado, and of course, I'm kind of weird. I know Isaac and I are both crazy. I know Colt's the same. Colt Forney's the same way. We'll actually we'll eat the hailstones and we'll become
Oh, gosh.
Wow. That's
You'll
incredible.
actually eat them? I mean, you'll
That's
actually take a bite?
it's like a rite of passage.
It's 50,000 feet up in the air. You got to do it. Come on.
Who's your dentist?
Totally. OU School of Dentistry, actually.
Very good.
My guy told me I was fucking nice.
Very good
Gotta
job.
be
Ohio
with
University, because I've got a couple stories about that. But never mind.
Yeah, so I mean, of course, I was taught not to eat the yellow ones. So
Ready to
can't
go.
remember that.
Falling.
No.
If it's falling and it's yellow, you have other problems. I'm just saying.
A lot of other problems.
All right. So what? Give me an idea. What does your chase vehicle look like? What are you guys using in your chase vehicles?
Isaac?
Well, I'll talk about my old chase vehicle. It looked like a golf ball.
What?
Hailstones.
Oh, that's what. That's.
okay.
Oh gosh.
No, so my
Boo.
I had a Subaru Legacy during the years that I went to the University of Oklahoma, and the first thing I'll tell you guys: go to the car wash. When you go chasing, you go on the dirt roads. Go to the car wash because that red dirt gets in your wheel bearings and you'll ruin your wheel bearings.
Really? Oh, that's
Really?
some good advice.
Yeah,
Okay.
at least that's what's happened to me.
Oh, that happened to you? Oh my gosh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Wait, what year is this
So-
vehicle?
Oh, it was in '99. So I don't
Okay,
have that
that's
big
why
one.
you got the wheel bearing.
Yeah.
okay.
My current chase vehicles are definitely not rental cars.
So I take it. Yeah, I take it that your job right now allows you to chase whenever you want. Isaac, is that true? No.
My job right now, I'm very busy in the summers. I try to get out in the spring if I
Okay.
can. I chased a lot last season. I did not chase this season because I had sort of a different role in the organization and was not able to get out.
Yeah.
So, Bangladesh. I'm kidding about that.
But what?
Maybe Argentina in the winter. I'll try that.
Let's. Scott's what his chase vehicle looks like.
Yeah, so I'm in a transition period. I just
Besides Uber.
bought a. Yeah.
Oh, Uber
Right.
Chasing. That's a new market. Uber
Oh, yeah.
Chasing.
That's
What am I
a lot.
doing?
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I should move out west.
You double the fee. You double the fee for the chase, right?
No, I have I had a Honda Accord. It was legendary, and I put 364,000 miles on it, and
That's a Honda. Mhm.
yes, I retired it. I was gonna get another Honda, but the company that makes the laptop desks for the vehicle, Autodesk, they stopped making them for the foreign vehicles, so I had to get a vehicle that a lot of police departments use, and that's a Ford Taurus, and it gets really good miles. MPG, it gets 32 miles per gallon on the highway, and so that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, look at the bright side. If you're chasing and like a cop tries to stop you, they might mistake you for another cop.
I've had that happen
Oh, you
before.
are?
I've had
Really?
yeah.
No
Oh, yeah.
way. Wow.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Pretty
Yep.
awesome.
I've when I'm Ubering, I've parked on the side of the road, to pick up the person, and of course the police shoos everybody else along at the airport, and but they pass by me like, oh, it's one of us.
That's smart.
You get your badges?
Because
Show
I-
us your badges.
No. I just have the little antennas in the back on the trunk, and and they see that and they're like, oh, he's one of us. They're one of us. So.
Well,
Of
let's
course
do
you
this.
laugh.
Let's keep things moving. Tell us, guys, how can people follow you and your projects on the web and on social media?
So we have Basehunters Chasing Facebook and Basehunters Chasing YouTube, and you can find us on Twitter. Isaac knows more about the Twitter part.
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter.
Wow, that's much more clear.
Thanks for the detail.
I hope that clears that up. Yeah, Basehunters _ Chasing. You can find us on there, and we really worked around to try to help ourselves market ourselves out. We have links to each one, so we try to keep the name the same, Basehunters Chasing. Of course, Basehunters _ because someone else took Basehunters Chasing. I don't know who it was, but
and we also have our website, basehunterschasing.com. We have some cool things on there, including
it's incredible.
a couple of sort of model reading primer lesson things. I have meant to put more time into building more level lesson modules.
It's educational. It's a great website.
Oh yeah,
The
last pick on there is April 5th, and it looked like there was about to be a severe weather watch issued for Ohio. So I'm pumped about that.
Hey, great. Well,
All right. Well, let's do this. It's time for our lightning round, our speed round of fun questions for our guest. Tonight, not necessarily a speed round, but we're jumping back. We're gonna do a little match game. So if you know how match game works, match game there's the celebrity panel of guests, and our celebrity panel is going to be made up of our Stormfront freaks tonight. They're our celebrity panel, and I'm pitting Isaac against Scott. You're our contestants.
Kick his butt.
Match game.
I've lost already. I've already lost.
Just to give you an idea, guys, if you haven't seen match game can get a little risque in their answers.
Risky?
So no, risque.
No, adult meteorology.
Different.
Oh.
Thank you for clarifying.
You're welcome.
So here's what I'm going to do. I've got 2 questions. We're going to go through 2 questions, and there's going to be a blank. And so I want Isaac and Scott, I want you guys to think of a word that you think will most match the other Stormfront Freaks celebrities. So your goal is to try and match as many as you can, okay? I want my Stormfront Freaks celebrity panel, I want you to quickly write out your answer on a piece of paper so that by the time those guys give an answer, you've got your answer ready to go. You guys good?
Yep.
All right, so here we
Got it.
All right, our lovely co-host Kim
Yes.
was talking with her friend the other day and mentioned while she was out the other night, her friend gave her a strange look and asked, "Were you at the blank?"
Wait, I didn't hear it. I cut out, right?
Yeah, you cut out.
Same here.
Do it again.
So Kim was talking with her friend the other day, and she mentioned while she was out the other night, she got a glimpse of ball lightning. Her friend gave her a strange look and asked, "Were you at the blank?" There you go. So blank, were you at the blank? So one more time. So Kim was talking with her friend the other day. She mentioned while she was out the other night, she got a glimpse of ball lightning. Her friend gave her a strange look and at the blank. Isaac.
The hospital.
Were you at the
mental hospital?
Mental hospital. Were you at the mental hospital? Okay. Now, ball lightning, I might wonder if she was at the mental hospital. Okay. All right. Now we're going to you, Scott. Were you at the what?
I don't know. That was pretty good.
What's your answer?
I'm trying to think.
You could say dentist. You can say,
I would say the disco.
The disco. Were you at the disco and you happen to get a glimpse of ball lightning while you're at the disco? Okay. So let's see if we match. Let's go through our celebrities. We'll start with Brady. What did you say?
Dentist office.
What?
There's someone brushing their teeth if you can't see that.
Ball lightning in dentist office. They hear that all the time. All right, let's go to Kim. What did you say?
I think I misunderstood the whole question. I don't know. I'm not sure. I wrote hotel motel.
Holiday Inn.
That's
We got the hotel.
Okay. Not a match. No, we don't have a match there. We're gonna go to Maz.
All right, we're gonna
Were
keep
you
it
at
fun
the
clean.
what?
No, I just put Reds game.
Ball lightning. Sure.
Yeah.
Ball lightning
Hey.
is the Reds game.
Keep it
Yeah,
clean.
I like it.
Kim.
Okay. All right. MJ, what'd you have?
We got a bowling alley.
Bowling alley.
You couldn't see it. There's no windows in bowling alleys.
Ball lightning. Now, see,
Oh,
here's the
ball,
problem.
okay.
You guys took a meteorological term, ball lightning, and you tried to make it literal, as opposed to ball lightning. I've got some ball lightning for you.
I said hotel. I said hotel.
We keep it strictly
That's
PG
true.
here.
All right, so
PG.
0-0. Here we go. Last, we got one more. You guys ready?
Thank goodness.
All right. A meteorologist was recently on the air talking about clouds and Virga. I only heard the Virga reference and thought he was sharing his problem with.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. All
With
right,
what? Say that
You
one
want me
more
to
time.
go there?
I'll repeat it. A meteorologist was recently on air talking about clouds and Virga. I only heard the Virga reference and thought he was sharing his problem with blank. Give you a couple seconds. Think of an answer, what problem he might be sharing on the air, talking about clouds and Virga. And he only heard the Virga part. So, all right, so let's do this. I'm going to start with Scott. So a meteorologist was recently on the air talking about clouds and Virga, which is a meteorological term. I only heard the Virga reference and thought he was actually sharing his problem with what? Come on. Come on. Say it. He wasn't sharing his problem with discos.
With his doctor?
With his doctor. He was sharing his
There you go.
problem with his doctor. Okay. Sure. That might work. All right. Isaac, what did you say?
I'll just go with his performance.
Performance.
Ah.
Fair.
That's
On
what
the
I
air,
meant.
his on the air performance.
On the air performance.
Oh,
Right.
that's a good one.
Yep.
That is good. All right. So let's go down the list. MJ, I'm going to start with you. You thought he was sharing his problem with what?
I thought this was kind of low hanging fruit, but I went Ed. No, ED.
That's good.
ED. All right. So I'm going to call that a match for both. All right. If you've got ED issues, you're probably talking to your doctor, and it has something to do with performance. So that's a good. All right, Maz. What do you think he was sharing his problem
Who
with?
happens to be a Sagittarius? Spelling, I have no idea. He spells Sagittarius. So.
Is that like a Sagittarius?
that
Is that
is.
what you're referring to?
I told you.
I didn't take health class.
So I don't know how. Okay, I'm gonna give that because I look at that as a Sagittarius.
All right.
Okay, so hey, they have sagging problems. I'm gonna give that. So you both got 2 points. All right, Kim, he was sharing his problem with what?
Oh, his stovepipe tornado.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
There you go.
Is that a ding, 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 ding,
Call that a
ding?
match. Yep. So we did
Seeing a new light of Kim here.
All right, so we're gonna finish on a high note, not on a low note.
Okay,
We're
okay,
gonna finish on a high note with you.
okay. His cat.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I thought I
All right, that's not a match.
Yeah.
Playing with ball lightning.
We got a three-way tie, or we got a two-way tie. I'm going to give you each 3 points. So, hey, we're going to finish with a tie game. So, congratulations.
all right, guys.
Way to play the game, Isaac and Scott. Good job on that.
Thank you.
All right. So, weatherproshop.com. They're the only source for high-quality Skywarn weather spotter merchandise and reference tools. You got to check out their embroidered T-shirts, polos, and caps for men and women. They also carry great laminated reference guides for spotters and chasers, including they've got a new dual pole radar training pack that's awesome. And if Maz is saying it, it probably sounds different. If you got to listen to his spot in episode 32 for the weatherproshop.com. I think it's probably the best spot we've had to date.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Aw.
But anyway, hey, if you're a new customer to weatherproshop.com and you're setting up a new account, you're automatically going to get a 5% discount on your order, which is outstanding. But what's even cooler is if you're a listener to Stormfront Freaks podcast, you're going to get an additional 5% off at checkout when you enter the code STORM, STORM. Enter that code, you'll get another 5% off your order as well. So lots of reasons why you should visit and support our great partner, weatherproshop.com.
Now, Phil,
All right, we're gonna take a quick
20
break.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said we get 20%, right? 20%?
10. My Drake maths is 10%. So, hey, we're going to take a quick break. Our podcast listeners will hear the latest edition of the Titans U Minute with Chris Sanner. But stay right here because we'll be back with Isaac and Scott to discuss the winner-take-all competitions within the storm chasing community. All right, break.
Cool.
Good
All
job,
right.
guys.
Good job.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, thank you
All right.
guys.
So I will tell you that among our YouTube viewers who are on the chat, the eating the hail was a big topic.
Ah,
They
yes.
actually
Nice.
came up with a term for it. They said you should make hail cones.
Aw,
Put some
nice.
flavored
There you
stuff
go.
on it, and then of course you can sell it to the kids
Get
and stuff
that,
like that.
yeah, get the old Snoopy cone, snow
Yeah.
cone maker
Yeah.
and just throw those
That would-
chunks in there. And
Yeah, like
That
carry
would
some snow cone mix with you.
Yellow food coloring.
That would make Colt.
Gross.
That would make Colt very happy.
Really?
Yes,
all right,
it
so hey,
would.
quick one thing. I'm going to ask Isaac and Scott, do me a favor. If you would do a quick promo for us. If you can do like Isaac, you can say, hey, this is Isaac, and you can say this is Isaac Pato. Is it Pato?
That's Pato. It's fine.
Pato,
There's
okay.
actually
Say, hey, this is Isaac Pato. And Scott, you can say this is Scott Penske. Whatever, you could first names, full names. I don't care what you guys do. But Isaac, you say, hey, this is Isaac. And then Scott, you come in and say, hey, this is Scott of Basehunters Chasing. And you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast.
okay.
You guys do that?
Now, are we saying Stormfront Freaks in unison, or is he just?
Hey, here's the lesson we
Yes.
learned. When you're streaming, when you're streaming like this, because we're not like fully timed together, that doesn't work very well.
So I'm just gonna say this is Isaac. He's gonna say this is Scott, and he's gonna say Stormfront Freaks, right? And you're listening
Right.
to Stormfront
So
Freaks.
you just say this is Isaac, and then Scott comes in and says, and this is Scott of Basehunters Chasing, and you're listening to Stormfront Freaks podcast.
That's how I like it. Scott has more lines. Good.
Oh, I see.
All right.
More
So here we
lines.
go.
Well, Scott made the big joke. Scott made the big joke.
I'm gonna count
That's
you in.
right.
Ready? 3,
All right.
2, 1.
This is Isaac Pato.
This is Scott Peak with the Base Hunters, and you're listening to Stormfront Freaks on podcast.
Okay. Now, not bad. Now it's
Okay.
Stormfront Freaks podcast. We're not on
Podcast. My bad.
We
My
are
bad. Sorry.
a podcast.
We are.
Take two.
All right, so we'll try it again. That was good. That was a
All
good
right.
refresher. All right.
All right.
2, 1.
Hi, this is Isaac.
And this is Scott Peak, and you're listening.
All right.
One more time.
Make another
Nice.
joke. Make another hail joke.
Yeah, make a hail. This is Scott the Hail Eater or something like that. Yeah. But just don't forget to throw in Base Hunters Chasing or Base.
Yeah, I
Hunters.
know. I gotta remember that.
All right. Here, let's do it again. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Isaac Pato.
And this is Scott Peak with the Base Hunters, and you're listening to Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Okay. All right, we'll take it.
Got
A little
it.
emphasis
Got it.
on podcast.
That's all
That was
right.
good. We'll take that. I was looking for maybe the Hail Eater or Yellow Hail Avoider or something. No, that was good.
The
All right, so
Halinator.
Here's what we're gonna do. So coming out of break, I'll just kind of quick come out of break, and then I'm gonna start the discussion topic. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the various, because there's a number of different ways that storm chasers kind of compete for things, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about competing for selling your footage. You know, you're always kind of, I got to imagine you guys are fighting, and there's competitions there for that. Scott just talked about his contracting job.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you guys are competing for trying to maybe get in with a local or national. You can also talk about the competitions in fighting for the best position during a storm, what goes on there. Fighting to be the first person to post on social media. And I don't know if you guys know a whole lot of anybody that does storm tours, but like I'm sure there's competitions for booking guests for that. Where the hell's Scott going?
I'm just backing up to the street light right here.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, he's leaving us in his Uber.
Gotta make a pickup.
I gotta pick up.
Making money.
I'm just trying to get that lighting right.
That'd be the best, man. I'm an Uber driver that get in and hey, I'm in the middle of a podcast right now, so just be quiet.
I was wondering if you were going to say anything about me moving.
We're all like falling off our chairs.
YouTube right now. This is pretty cool. I've never done this before.
Yes.
This is kind of cool.
The Scott Peak Uber storm chasing tours.
All right, so I'll go ahead and set that up, but all you guys can everybody obviously chime in on what you think, the good, the bad, and the ugly of this kind of competition, what that can create when people are competing to try and get better footage, get to a better spot, trying to get their footage out faster, all the fake crap that gets put out there because of that. Wow, Scott really left.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Man, he's not even in his car anymore. He left the door open, dude.
Uh-oh, I hope he's okay.
Just got hijacked.
So, hey,
Yeah.
Or carjacked, the hijack.
oh, who's that guy?
Wait, there he is.
There he is.
Okay.
Wait, so what's your answer to that then, Scott?
Oh, well, I think Viagra is great.
Wow. Okay. Too much information.
All right. Hey, quick question, Scott. Is your car running while you're sitting there?
No.
Okay.
It's not. No.
We're still hearing that like it's typing, and it's definitely coming from you.
Okay, I turned off the car, and I'm just turning it on for air conditioning. It's really hot down here, so.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
There's no whining in podcasts.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
Fuck that, man. Okay.
And we'll, if you noticed,
ears.
Jason joined us, but we'll talk to him at the next break.
I did, yeah. I think he knows we're bringing
Okay.
him in after the set.
We should get moving.
Jason's just chilling.
Let's go. So I'm going to count me in 3, 2. All right, welcome back. So we wanted to get into a discussion, since both Isaac and Scott are with us as well, about the various competitions that are within to always be better than the next guy or the next gal. And it's not always just in storm chasing, but obviously that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, bringing up a little bit about being better, because you got to sell your footage, trying to get better. So being first at trying to get to that, or being with the, who do you know, and being with the right people or the right brokers, contracting jobs. Scott just talked about he's going to be starting a new contracting job with the Weather Channel, but is there competition going on within the storm chasing community to do that? Also, while you're out chasing, getting into the best and better position, what that means for driving and when you're trying to get into a better position than other chasers. Always being the first to post on social media. That seems like it's more important to be first than it is to have quality when it comes to social media. And then, if anybody wants to chime in on storm chasing tours, I'm sure there's competition in booking guests. So how are you competing with other storm chasing tours? What's going on there? And I want to talk about the good in competition, but also the bad and the ugly. What does this lead to when there's competition in those various areas? But let's just talk first with sale of your footage. When you're competing with other people to sell your footage and you're trying to make money, you guys can maybe start us off a little bit with telling us what's going on there as far as what are you having to do to compete?
Sure. Well, I mean, first of all, there's some fantastic brokers out there. The Basehunters use Severe Studios, and that's actually who I'm. I sell my footage through, and Corey Hartman's our broker, and so there's a lot of great brokers out there. But Corey with Severe Studios is, in my opinion, fantastic. He's got us a lot of video sales, and he's very quick and just fantastic all around with it. And it comes, of course, there's a process. We have to get our package out there quick, to him. So we have to upload, that footage quickly in order for him to to perform well. So it doesn't just happen on his end. We have to get it out there like fresh produce, because it'll spoil very fast because other chasers.
What does that? What does that mean, Scott? When you got multiple chasers on the same storm, same tornado, and they each have brokers as well, what's that forcing you to have to do or to be better at when you got the same storm?
Just getting the footage in as quickly as possible, and that's kind of always the goal, is to get the footage in as quickly as possible. But also getting high quality footage and close up. That usually sells. That's just how it works.
Have you ever seen your competition as you're driving down the road and just give a little tug on the wheel and whoa, sorry. No footage tonight.
Yes, I've literally gone around them. Of course, they park on the side of the road. Very responsible. So and you go around them, and we'll play leapfrog. I've done leapfrog with other chasers before. Because I like getting close. But that's not the main reason. But I'm trying to get that shot. But here's the deal. Having another chaser in front of you can actually give the viewer a perspective of how large the tornado actually is.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't mind other chasers actually getting in front of me, because it gives the viewer an idea of what the tornado looks like.
So let me ask you this. I think about safety, and I think about how competition, how you guys are all competing for the same storm sometimes. Does it take the fun out of it sometimes? I mean, just the competitive part of it, does that take something away from it?
No, here's the deal. We're out there for fun. It's a lot of fun. We're out there to warn the public as well. That's our other main goal. It's not just for competition. It's really not really a competition, because a lot of chasers out there are actually good friends of ours. So I don't really consider them competition. What we really, in my opinion, what I really see as competition is myself. And I want to try to one up myself on the next chaser, see where I can improve on my videos. And so it's more of a self type of competition, internally. So I mean, because it's like producing a favorite song. You want to go back and listen to that song again, and try to create something even better than that the next time around. So it's kind of how I view it. It's just it's more competition with myself in that perspective.
Well, and it's probably pretty cool to see all the guys out there. They're probably your friends too, right? So you're just like, hey, there's Bob. What's going on, man?
Yeah, it's great. That's the best part about storm chasing. That trumps everything. Is the fact that you're out on a rural road, and you're out there random, like in North Dakota or somewhere, and you get to see your friends, your buddies, and that's what makes chasing worth it. Being able to see your friends out there chasing as well.
And all the best places to eat.
Yeah, go ahead, Isaac.
Oh, any Chinese buffet. I'm sorry. Chinese.
Ew. Gross. So Scott and Isaac, is there, it seems like for the most part, like you guys said, you guys are all friends. Is there any certain chasers that do, deploy certain, tactics that might be not too friendly, or because there's got to be some guys out there that it can't be all kumbaya. There's got to be some guys that are cutthroat.
I'll let Isaac speak first. I know I've been kind of hogging
That's fine. There's always conflicts, and and the most important thing when you're on the road is to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's at least my feeling about that. There's definitely, there are people that you want to see when you're out chasing them. There might be some people that you avoid from time to time, but I don't, and there's drama. There's clicks, and there's drama, and there's always something going on online. But I think at the end of the day,
like a Game of Thrones,
we all have something pretty important in common with each other that 99.9% of the population doesn't have, and that's that we're willing to spend 13 hours in the car for about 20 minutes of enjoying a tornado, and that brings us together, I think, more than it divides us.
And if you're mad at Bob, you just don't invite him to the buffet, right? At the chicken.
Or Bob has access to the models.
Yeah. Or you
And
just don't
Bob
take
still
the
has
best
access to the
buffet,
models in the
Yeah.
radar. So Bob's
I
coming.
want to add to that. I personally haven't seen, we're out there for a main goal, and that's to warn the public, and to get the warnings out there. Make them more accurate, and that's the main thing we're out there for. And what I like to see it as, and most of the chasers out there are doing the exact same thing. They're out there warning the public, so we can have more accurate warnings, and it's not all just about getting the best footage, because we have a responsibility as storm chasers, and I've told this to many other people in the past of interviews. We have a responsibility to give accurate reports to the Weather Service so they can adjust or make those warnings more accurate.
Right. Plus, you guys, sometimes if you come up on damage or, you check to make sure that he's okay, right? I think I've seen some of that footage of you guys coming up on where a tornado just went by.
Yeah, so we never record, we never video any of our rescues. We just don't.
I applaud you for that.
So it just, I know people give us, and it's not storm chasers, but I know other people have given us crap for, well, why didn't you stop and help them? Well, we don't show the deeds we do on the side. We're not gonna do that, and I know Isaac and I have spent almost 3 hours in Joplin rescuing people, and I've spent, I've rescued people in the past, and I've never talked about it, and because there's just no reason to. I don't have to defend myself, and people criticize us for why didn't we stop, because we did. We just won't show that.
Yeah. Okay.
One of the things I see happening is from a media side of things is things are starting to split, and I'm seeing that you have one or two options as a storm chaser to get your footage out there. One is to be the quickest to get it out there. You get it out now, you get it out quick, whether it's social media, whether it's getting it to your broker and getting it out right away, but being the first to get it out. And in the process of doing that, you're going to suffer quality because you're just trying to get that.
Yeah,
you're trying to get that footage out right away. The other angle is you take the time to get it out, and you get great quality footage, and you do a good job of editing it a little bit, and there's going to be two angles. There's kind of no in the middle. There's no kind of crappy quality and I'm not getting it out right away. There's no middle ground, I think, in that scenario. It's either you're the first to have it posted and it's exciting, but it's like off your camera or off your iPhone, or it's going to be, hey, I have great equipment, I got great footage, and I've really edited it really well.
So there is something I want to say about that if there's time. There's sort of there's several points at which you can actually make some money off of the video, and making the money is important because it's an expensive hobby.
Right.
So most of the money you make is just going to go right back into it to recouping costs. But basically, you can make the breaking news sale, or you can make the stock footage sale, and you don't necessarily. So if you want to make the breaking news, which is usually less of a less lucrative, I suppose, then yes, you want to get it out quickly. And sometimes that breaking news stuff can still be stock. It depends on if it's what kind of event it is. But it is important to also have a good broker or a good name and be well networked so that you can actually sell your stock footage as well.
So Isaac, when you say stock footage, describe what you mean by that. Describe, I kind of understand like broker and stuff like that.
Sure.
Describe that as well.
So what I mean, stock footage is a production company comes along and wants to do a documentary or special or something on tornadoes,
okay,
or a particular tornadic event. They'll find your footage on YouTube, or if you're reasonably established name. You don't always necessarily need to be the first person to post somebody actually to get a lot of views either. You need to be quick, but you don't necessarily need to be first, because it is important to have a catchy thumbnail frame or whatever. It's important to have that viral element to it, and sometimes things can even go viral a day or two later. I think we saw that with the with Colt's time lapse from Wyoming, the Supercell.
We've gotten some stuff out there really late.
Yeah, and sometimes
went viral.
so if you have good footage, don't give up on it because you weren't the first one to put it out there. People want to see your stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because people like in Florida who don't really even know what's going on up there, you know, they see it. They don't care what day it happened. So,
like me
Right.
last week, you know,
Right.
I was looking at stuff from days ago.
right.
And
Yeah,
sometimes stuff just falls in your lap too, kind of like that road sign behind you that I'm sure fell down in a strong wind, right? It's on your wall.
I'm not talking about the road sign, but it was procured legally.
Okay.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Not your
Nice.
first felony, right? Is that what you're saying?
All right. So, hey, so that's a good discussion. I think we could probably talk about that for a while, but we are on a time limit. Hey, you've heard these guys mention already, severestudios.com. If you haven't checked out the videos that the base hunters have been putting out and some of the crazy tornado footage they've got, page or their website. But if you want to know who their video broker is to the entire world, you heard, that's Corey Hartman and Severe Studios. So for over 10 years, they've been a leader in the video broker industry. They were the first to offer pro streaming accounts and now have over 1,000 storm chasers signed up to broadcast and sell footage all over the world. So if you want to trust your hard work and great videos, you got to do that with someone who knows what they're doing, and they can do that for you. You've got to contact Corey at severestudios.com. So we're going to take our final break so listeners can hear Brady's Storm School. The rest of you can refill your drinks. And when we come back, it's time for Weather Fools and some great WX resources for you. And those of you watching on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, thanks for tuning in. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. And don't miss our new show on August 24th with Warren Madden of the National Hurricane Center, and he's a former hurricane hunter. So we're excited to have him on, and we'll see you guys next week. All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Great
Hey,
job,
Isaac
you guys.
and Scott, you guys are outstanding.
Yeah, super.
Thanks, you guys. Awesome.
Isaac, you broke into a
Thank you.
sweat there
Thank
when
you very
I
much.
Oh,
mentioned your sign behind you. He was
Did
like,
I?
I know. Oh, my
I don't
God.
know.
Yeah, Scott
No,
broke into
no,
a
no,
sweat
no.
about 60 minutes ago.
Yeah, because he had to turn his air conditioning off.
So Isaac,
Yeah.
I have to ask this. Did you have Howie Blunstein as your professor?
I never did. He teaches more the
Masters?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but he's from New England, and the great, you know, everything I know about him, and I suppose I met him briefly.
Okay.
He's a very, very nice guy. Very good reputation.
Oh, I know it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Well, hey, guys, I appreciate you working through the technical challenges and still making it work, because it was outstanding to have you guys on. And
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'll follow up.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you for the invitation.
Good job. Good job tonight.
Yeah, I'll
guys.
follow
Awesome.
up with you guys sometime early next week. Make sure I send you guys. We'll end up posting the audio show. Will be posted on iTunes and Google Play and all that kind of stuff probably Sunday or around this weekend. But I'll follow up with you guys with an email with all those links and yeah, just follow up with you. Okay.
Okay.
Isaac, you may have the title too. That's how I know you did a good job, because when you said that the Twitter, what was that Twitter? That Twitter comment. What was it? When you said
we
when-
have a Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
We have a Twitter.
You can find us on Twitter. I don't know where. Sure, you probably can.
Everything's
Cool.
dying now.
All right, Scott, you can turn your AC back on and
All right.
pick up somebody.
Good.
oh, it's dark out. No.
You guys are awesome. See you later.
Thank you so much. All right.
See you guys.
All right. Bye,
All
guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you all. Take care.
See ya.
Have a good day.
Excellent work.
All right.
Okay, so
Bye, Jason.
we have Jason on. What's
Hey,
up,
Jason.
Jason?
Oh, hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
There he wait, he's muted.
How's it going?
He's muted.
Hey, how much?
Oh, Scott's picking up somebody.
No, security.
Scott, leave it on.
Oh, no.
Get back on. Oh, that would have been amazing.
Oh man.
We've seen a real life Uber.
Hey, do you guys remember that cable show where the taxi driver did a game show? You picked up somebody in the taxi.
Cash
Yeah.
cab.
I don't.
Dash
I think it was
cab.
dead.
Oh, you guys, you know what that ticking was? I bet it was his meter. Could it have been his meter going?
No, you don't have
No?
an Uber
Yeah,
meter.
it's an
Somebody's in the
Yeah.
back seat.
Uber doesn't have meters.
Bob and Brenda were in the back seat with the meter running.
All right.
There is a
Everybody quiet
hum
for a
now.
second. We have a hum, Jason, and we got a hum in the background, and that started when you unmuted yourself. Are you using a different? You sound different too. Talk for a second. Yeah. Your microphone, whatever microphone you're using, sounds like it's in another room.
Is
Well, that doesn't help us out much. Can you use the microphone that's right in front of you, or?
I've actually got a hive of bees.
I
to my
can
left
barely
as
hear
well.
you, and there's just lots of humming. You're not set up the way you were the other day. Something's not right. Go on the settings icon at the top of the screen of your Hangouts. There's a little gear icon, and you can choose your microphone input and see.
Is that better?
No.
Oh, it stopped for a moment. Just a second, it did.
Is that good?
No. I still hear the hum, and you still sound like you're
is it
ways away
sitting on
from.
sitting on something that
No, I'm not sitting on the wire.
What were you using a laptop, internal laptop mic last when we did your sound check?
Oh, no, I was using these headphones, but I'm on a different laptop, which is, but it does have a default microphone.
Now it really got loud. The hum got really loud. Can you try and use your headset mic again like you did last time, or is that an option?
I'd mute it, but I want to wait to see if it gets better.
That's better.
No,
Well,
not really.
It was.
Oh, we lost the hum.
did we lose him?
I don't
Can
know.
we hear you?
say it again.
Talk, Jason.
You there?
Yeah,
Ooh.
we can hear you a little bit. We lost the hum, but you're pretty talking.
You're pretty
Cowboy.
quiet.
Yeah.
Try and like count to 10 or something. Let's see if we can hear you a little better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7.
I've got his volume cranked here. I can't
way
do
up?
any more.
So what did you just do? Tell me what you just did, because we lost your hum, but you're really quiet too.
I just went through the settings and it has the default microphone on here too.
Oh, now we got the hum back. Whatever you just switched to, we got the hum. We don't want that.
Okay, what I just did on the settings for the microphone is get a high definition, and it also has just the default microphone.
So what are you on right now?
I am on.
Default? Okay.
Yes.
Switch off of that. Let's go back to your high def, which is high def but quiet.
Okay, I just did that.
Okay. How close can you get to your laptop when you talk, or?
That's close.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think you got a cavity in that back tooth there. I think I
Still,
saw.
No, I do.
You're still,
It was pretty close to
you're
the
still
camera.
really quiet. I don't know why you're coming in so quiet this time. Here's an option. If we can't get this fixed, one of the options is I can try and record you like tomorrow or something, we can try and hook up and we can try and record it, and then we'll just edit it into the podcast.
Yeah, that would work.
That would probably be better because for whatever reason you're just really quiet. At least we got rid of the hum.
Right.
But you're really quiet. I would say let's just do this. Let's do it.
Okay.
And just try and speak up.
Okay.
And set up a time tomorrow to meet and still record differently if we can. Okay. What can you get the laptop you had before?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a reason why you switched?
Yeah, it was being worked on today, so I had to use a secondary one. Something happened this morning with it, and I thought this other one I had would do the same thing as the test yesterday. But yeah, we could definitely do that.
Okay. Well, let's do it anyway. Just speak up, and try and, I don't know where your microphone input is on the laptop you've got now, but try and be close to it. I'm not as concerned about getting your head in the right spot because we're still on YouTube, but we're not being broadcast on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV.
Okay.
I'm more concerned about your sound at this point.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do it. All right, so Maz, Weather Resources.
Okay.
I've got 2.
You have 2 of them?
Jason is one of them, but I've got 2 actually.
You got 2.
Yeah, I got a cover for your slack ass.
Hey, I've got one this week.
I did too.
Okay, well, good. Well, it wasn't the case last week, so I felt I had to come with 2.
So, he's talking about me. It's
he
right.
shamed us last week.
Okay.
Wow.
So Brady has one. Tim has one.
Uh-huh.
Phil, you got 2?
I got 2.
All right. Do you want me to break yours up? Like have you do one, then do them, and then come back to you, or just get it all done?
Yeah. Let's do that. We'll break it up.
Okay. So I'll start.
Finish with going, hey Phil, do you got 2 or something like that, and then I'll
second one. Okay. You want me to do that?
I'll shame you guys on public podcast radio.
Hey Phil.
Yeah.
On your script.
You
should change the checkout stormfrontfreaks.com and look at our episode 33 show notes because this is 33. Just so you don't say 32.
I'll have Maz say that anyway, since he's doing the segment. When I'm done, he can come in and say, hey, just check out stormfrontfreaks.com, look for episode 33 show notes and links.
Okay.
And then turn it over to Brady. And then Brady, you introduce their fools.
Okay.
And have one.
I do.
We lost Phil. Phil, are you there?
Phil?
Yeah, I am here.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
I do have a.
You have a what?
Say it again.
I have a weather fool.
Okay.
And I have a question about weather fools. Can I show pictures? Does it have to be a website or something?
No, you could show pictures. It could just be a neat resource. Cool video, cool photo, cool person, cool website, cool app.
Okay.
Cool equipment.
Just don't mime it because people can't hear that.
Nice.
Scripted. We are an audio show. And remember, if you guys do share your screen, just remember to, because I listen a lot of times and it's like people start laughing because it's a funny video, but our listeners have no clue what the hell's on the.
Yeah, I know.
So make sure you're describing what's happening.
I got a question. So does Jason have weather resources?
He is my weather resource. He
is your weather resource.
He's going to talk about something. I'm
I
going to kind of do a quick little interview and have him
back.
So I'll start with you, and then I'll end with you also, okay, Phil?
Sounds good. And we have 2 weather fools. Is that right?
Yep.
And then Brady and Kim. Yeah. I'll go in that order.
Oh, wait. Kim, do you have a weather fool or no?
I do.
So 3.
Yes, I've got like 4 things.
So you have a weather fool and a weather resource. Good for you. So did you, Brady.
See?
Hey,
Give her a raise.
I'm stepping up. Let's
All
go.
right. Hey, Jason, we got the hum back again. Did you do something?
I didn't do anything this time.
Okay, you're back
we
to
can
the
hear
hum
it
and you're
better.
back to your voice thing, like your default settings, like somehow kicked in or something.
Or it sounds like someone's making margaritas.
I think so.
That's not a
Somebody's
bad idea
vacuuming.
right now.
I love a couple margaritas.
I do too.
It's unanimous.
What?
I don't like
You
them.
did check your settings, Jason?
You don't like margaritas?
Yeah,
Cam?
the settings I have is on default microphone still. I haven't made any changes or anything. So.
You had to get off of that.
But
though.
go
You
ahead
had
and
to get off
switch it
and go to
back
your
to your
HD
HD
mic.
though.
Cam, what do you not like about margaritas?
The tequila.
Really? Okay. Have you had a bad experience with tequila?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you've had
Back in my Air Force days.
Okay. So I get that because when I had, the first time I ever threw up and had a hangover was tequila.
How we doing, Jason? You get that switched over?
I did.
Okay, we still got the hum, and we still hear you like you did when you had your default mic. So I don't know what happened, but hey, Jason, let's just do this.
Yeah.
I'm still going to talk about it as a weather resource, but I think the audio is just going to, it just sounds really not good.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Okay, so I will let me do this. I'll try and get in touch with you tomorrow, or even send you an email tonight and see if we can maybe hook up tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that.
And try and record it. And if we can do it, I'll just edit. I'll have MJ just edit that in.
That'd be neat.
Talk about now. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So sorry it didn't work out, man. But we're definitely going to cover your event because it's a sweet event, and we'll try and make it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good event. But yeah, definitely appreciating the work.
Okay.
Like you said, for
that sounds great, man. All right. Well, I'll follow up with you here in the next 24 hours. See if we can still try and record an interview. Okay.
Thanks, Jason.
Hey, no
All right.
problem.
Thanks, Jason. See you.
Have a good night. It's all right.
Shoot. Aw.
All right,
Okay,
so
there
let
you
me
go.
give me just a second to let me pull up, since I'm going to have to cover this. Give me just a second.
You're still doing the 2 though, right?
I'm still doing the 2.
Okay.
I won't have him. I wanted to try and have one of those guys come on and talk about it. And one of the people involved as well is Dan Wallace, who's the owner of weatherproshop.com.
Oh, cool.
And so I wanted to have one of them come on and talk about it. I think it would be neat. We'll still see if we can make it work, but I still will discuss it. So I wanted to highlight that, highlight this. Where to go for more information?
Are we still recording for the Facebook?
Recording.
What?
It's live.
For YouTube?
YouTube, yeah, our YouTube
Yeah,
people are still watching.
Yeah, YouTube.
They're getting all this great
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff. Man, this is classic.
I like how you keep calling it great.
I about died when he got this sick. He was like 5, 6.
Great TV.
Phil
All right,
is
let's do this.
Phil's
Let's do
using
this.
Jedi mind tricks. This is great material.
Let's count Maz in. Let's keep rolling.
So great.
All right.
Oh, Kim gets what I'm referring to.
These are
All
the
right,
droids.
here we go. Maz, you're on in 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back. That was a good break, anyway. I'm just saying. Hey, we're going to kick things off with weather resources coming out of that. And weather resources, where you can find all kinds of really cool weather stuff, whether it's tech or low tech or vid or whatever. Phil, you got one for us for tonight, don't you?
You know, I do have one, and was hoping to get some help talking about this weather resource tonight. Had some technical issues, but hey, the weather resource I want to bring up right now is a Storm Chaser tribute and memorial to the late Bill Paxton, the star of Twister. The North Texas storm spotters have been working on this for a long time now. Actually, I think they told me 2 days after he passed, they already started processing and putting this whole program together. But they're doing a tribute and memorial to Bill Paxton. This is on September 16th from 2 to 6 p.m. And September 17th, they still have a couple events they're looking at doing that day as well. But this is going to be at the Twister Museum in good old Waukeeta, Oklahoma.
Nice.
If you guys know the movie, you know of Waukeeta. So they've got, I'm going to give you a couple things. I'll put the links in our show notes because it's going to be hard to explain the Facebook link. But I'll reference there's 2 places you can go. One is just search North Texas Storm Spotters on Facebook. You'll find information there. You can also search on Facebook the Twister the Movie Museum. Twister the Movie Museum. There's actually a museum that's in Wakita. You can look for that as well. There'll be information there. You can contact, I'm going to give you a couple phone numbers. They gave their phone numbers out, so I'm going to give them Jason Gentry 0849 or Jennifer Stark 940-435-9127. But they got some great events planned. I'll cover a couple of them. They're going to meet at Aunt Meg's house where her house actually used to be. They're going to do a little welcome. They're going to have, they told me, God, what was the number? It was like something like 50 or 60 Storm Chase vehicles had already committed to be there. They're going to do a parade that day as well, Storm Chase parade. They're going to have all kinds of raffle prizes and giveaways. And then on the 17th, they're going to do a screening of the Twister movie at the Fairview Movie Theater as well. So lots of fun activities. I'm sure they're going to try and go out and find some kind of Chinese buffet while they're there. It sounds like a cool event. I'm so disappointed I'm not going to be able to make it that weekend.
Yeah.
But you should definitely consider it because it looks like a great event.
Oh,
That sounds like a blast. Oh my
it
gosh.
does.
Good one.
Great guy.
Absolutely. All right, Kim, why don't you take something away here?
Okay, so mine, let's see here. Let's see if I do this right, guys. How can it say
We
screen
believe in
share?
you, Kim.
Okay. Oh, hey, there I am. How
There
come
you
I'm seeing myself? Am I supposed to see myself? Okay, do you see this?
How many beers?
Just one.
Hey, those IPAs, man, they can.
We
they
do
can-
not see it.
Okay,
like
you
that.
don't see it? Okay. How come? Okay, guys. It says screen share. Why is it? Okay, let me see. Okay.
No, but your eyes are really blue. Oh my
Are they?
goodness. Yeah.
Oops, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Do you see that? Let's see.
No.
God, one of these days, Kim, we got to do a screen sharing training. Good God.
There we go.
We got progress.
We got
Now you just got a
Dude.
tab that has want to show us.
What do I? Okay. Is
Oh,
it
good
there?
God, there it is. Blizzard something.
You guys. Well, I know
Right.
if I did this every week, I'd probably get it, but it's only
Brady.
every week. Okay.
Need to lay off the wine, Brady.
Oh, God, this is good. Kim figure out the screen share.
It's pitiful.
Wow.
I've
Not
been
really
up-
good radio, but good
I've-
TV.
I've been up since 5:00 in the morning. Okay, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking
That's
with it.
impressive.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to share this website because Buzz Bernard, I don't know if you know who he is. He was a Weather Channel meteorologist years ago, and I worked with Buzz for a long time. And he was an excellent meteorologist. He was our expert at the Weather Channel on Northwest weather. He lived up there for a long time. He was an Air Force meteorologist, but he's also a writer. And he has written some incredible weather books. So if you're looking for something to read over the rest of the summer, or maybe some of you chasers, if you guys want to take a book along with you to read, I highly recommend Buzz's books. Now, this is his latest one, Cascadia, but let's take a look at some of the other ones that he's done because it's pretty cool. Into Tornadoes. This book is called Supercell, and it's, of course, it's fiction. So, but it also, what's interesting is that if you read some of these, and if any of you are familiar with the Weather Channel, you might be able to tell there's some characters in there that are similar to some of the people at the Weather Channel,
Oh,
which
God.
is cool too. So Supercell about a tornado, Eyewall, of course, about a hurricane. Look at this. It was a #1 bestseller on Kindle. And I know he's got another one. Oops, sorry.
Whoa. Got cold feet.
Wow.
Hey, Kim, is there a character in one of the books that's still trying to figure out screen sharing?
Yes. No, I did hear rumors that there is a character that, that might be me.
That drinks a lot of IPA beer.
Athletes know.
Oh,
Okay.
so that was
Stop
that was
screen
buzzbernard.com.
Wow, where are you now, Kim? My goodness.
Google.
It's like, holy cow. Okay. Well, he's gone. No, I'm not falling into this.
Where'd she
Guys, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but she can't see.
You look a little thin.
What are you seeing? What are you I can't figure this out. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, is it gone?
Yes, it's gone.
Oh God, those skeletons are gathering.
I told you I love Halloween.
I know. It's like,
Oh my
not
God.
a Halloween.
I'm a little early, but it's all right. Anyway, I can't find
Oh my God. I gotta recoup.
Hangouts now,
You're good. You're good. You're back.
but I don't see it.
You don't see what? You don't see us?
Yeah, I don't see you guys. I can't figure this out.
Click on the
see us?
tab. Click on the Google Hangouts tab.
I don't see it up there. It's not even there anymore. I'm not kidding.
Well,
The
somehow
camera's
you're able
not.
to stop screen sharing, so that worked. But
I don't
Okay.
see it.
Well,
we see you and can hear you. So that's
so thanks for that, Kim.
Should be working correctly.
Let's go to Brady. See if you can top that one, Brady.
All right, it probably won't. So my resource. Let's share the old screen. So my resource is from the National Weather Service. This is a great resource if you have one of your friends you're trying to, that's interested in weather, your child, your dad, maybe, if you're a weather meteorologist in school, you want to educate your dad about the weather. This is a great resource to go to. It's got a nice little introduction here, a good description about the Earth's atmosphere, how it works, how temperature works, how pressure works, a lot of the basics that are essential for understanding exactly what meteorology is and how weather works. They have a weather section as well. There's a bunch of really great stuff about clouds. There's all these different types of, the names of clouds, pictures with those names, air mass classification. That's good for book knowledge, not really great for actual knowledge. Fronts, all that good stuff. So definitely a great weather resource here from the National Weather Service. And I'll have that link on the site.
That was about as fast as my first lecture. I was like, oh, I remember that.
Well, I'm letting people, be able to go on and see for themselves. It's like I want them to just have that excitement of discovery.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Thanks, Brady. Hey, I think we should go back to Phil. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, bring it back. I'm sweating like Scott was in his Uber car after Kim's presentation.
But it's a good sweat. It's a laughing sweat.
But hey, I've got two WX resources this week because I felt I was going to have to cover for everybody's sorry ass last episode.
Look at me.
So I've got two,
Right.
and this is another event, guys. There's some great things coming up. So I got done talking about the Bill Paxton event down in Waukeeta, Oklahoma. I also want to talk a little bit about this coming November is the 2017 Indiana Storm Chasers Convention, Indiana Chaser Con. It's the 7th year they're doing it. It's going to be on Saturday, November 18th. It's at the Hendricks County Convention Center. They've got 5 fantastic presentations and speakers lined up for that. We're definitely Stormfront Freaks. We'll have a presence there as well. If you want more information as far as the speaker bios, some of the local hotel and restaurant information in the area, you can pretty much find everything at IND for Indiana, IND ChaserCon. So INDCHASERCON.com in ChaserCon. Okay, so all the details are there, everything you want to know about that. Definitely, I would say if you live anywhere in the Midwest, because you're not doing anything else freaking in November. I mean, nothing's happening in November. Come to that event. Should be awesome.
Awesome. And if you missed any of that information, if you stepped away or if our audio cut out for a second, you can check out stormfrontfreaks.com and look at our episode 33 show notes for those links. Brady, you got some weather fools besides us?
I got some weather fools. And, I usually say it's, everyone's favorite part of the podcast, but I think my favorite part of the podcast just happened. So So I think this is the second. This is the second favorite.
Is watching Kim share her
Yes,
screen.
that was one of the hardest I've laughed in a while. So anyway, so Weather Fools. What is Weather Fools? Basically, us, the Stormfront freaks, go online and look for people that might have made themselves a bit of a fool when it comes to the weather. Usually it's a video, some sort of ridiculous weather prediction, or your usual Twitter crap. And we like to share that here at Stormfront Freaks. So let's see. Phil, you got a Weather Fool this
I
week?
do. I'd be happy to start this out.
Do you have two?
I can't, what?
Do you have two?
No, I only got one this time. I can't cover. And I'm going to say this. I can't take credit for this. This actually comes from one of our listeners, Christine Verkamp, shared this with us after the last show. And what it is she found on Facebook. This was a Istanbul news reporter who started reporting on a hailstorm. This is in Istanbul. And she's getting decked, okay? She is getting absolutely decked by hail. Can you guys see that?
No, we see her.
I see your email.
We see you went to Miami.
Well, that looks a very good picture. That is a superb picture.
Okay. Well, I'm in a new location tonight, so that's
You
my.
can't laugh at me, that's for sure.
I'm just going to explain it to you.
on.
So this was from Christine Verkamp, and what it was is it was a reporter on an Istanbul television station reporting in a hailstorm, and it was a young gal, and she was just getting decked by hail, and she was trooping it out, trying to report. And it's funny because back at headquarters or back at the home station, they were trying to tell her, hey, seek cover. Why don't you get out of there? I don't think she could hear them. She was just getting pelted and trying to report. It was hilarious, but I'll definitely post that Facebook link on our show notes.
I want to see that.
Well, you have to look at the show notes on
Guess
Facebook.
Here's my problem. I have two
Right,
screens
Maz?
at work. I have two screens. So here's what let me do this. See if I can share it this way. Hold on. I'll put this over on the other screen. Share.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. There you go.
I'll even make this.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go. So the hail's kind of small at first,
I can barely stand up.
but it really
Oh
picks
my
up.
God.
Yeah, it does because she's speaking in a different language. So it's showing.
I feel the pain of the hail on my body.
Constantinople?
I have difficulties in walking.
That's good translation.
It's dark as night.
What's going on?
Wow.
Thanks for the umbrella.
The umbrella lasts for about 30 seconds because it disappears shortly when a wind gust picks up.
Oh
And
my
the umbrella
Oh,
disappears.
Oh,
And you're like, and the guy's like, sorry, you're not going to get the umbrella.
dude.
But what really happens, and I'm going to edit all this out because this is way too freaking long, but I'm going to show you guys just for the hell of it. She sits down. She eventually sits down, and she looks like such a sorry little puppy because she just sit down, and she's just because he's telling her, "Hey, seek cover. Why don't you go away? We don't need to just."
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my God.
saying, can you please? He's like, just send pictures, get somewhere
Right.
safe. And she's just like, no, I'm just gonna chill and get the
He's trying to
footage.
sit, and the hail is just
Wow.
bam.
Hey, she's motivated. She's motivated. You know?
Look at the
News
hail that
director now.
lands on the bench next to her.
She's got stones, that's for sure.
She does have
It
stuff.
says up there it's massive hail, and I'm like, is that massive? I don't know how
Yeah,
big
it's
the
not
hail
really
is, but
massive, no.
You're not out in it.
yeah, that's true.
So
All
you
right.
went to Miami, huh?
Yeah.
I'm actually that's where I'm at. I'm in a Miami location right now. So.
Gotcha.
Oh, cool.
Well, that was great. We'll have that up on the website and up in the show notes. Kim, what you got for us?
Oh, I'm scared to try. Okay.
We all will.
I've got all the laugh out of me. I think.
Yeah.
I'm scared for you, Kim.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. The thing that I'm concerned about is there's a button that says screen share, but I don't think that's the right one. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now
The button
I'm
that says
here.
screen share. I don't know if that's the right one.
But I hit that before and then I went away, remember? Okay, so I'm here. Do I hit share first and then the picture, or the picture
Yeah,
then
so you
share?
gotta hit share first.
Share first.
Okay, all right, let's do that. And then let's see
Good.
this one. You guys saw this
Good.
one.
Oh, look at that.
Good. Yeah, I see the
It's
feet.
the
My-
feet.
My weather pools. I'm sorry, I had to find some funny things, and I found some funny weather memes, of course, on the internet. So I have a few pictures here. This one is in the winter, and I don't know where this is taken, but actually, you heard of 2 feet of snow fell this morning. You heard people say that. Well, they literally, somebody took all the snow and made 2 large feet that are probably 5 or 6 feet tall with
That's incredible.
toenails and everything,
Oh my
and nice ankles and maybe cankles, but maybe.
And I think that the thing that's even more impressive is the fact that all the other snow around it's melted.
Yeah, well,
So
either melted or they used it. That's
Yeah.
what they used to, to make.
So how
the
big were
feet.
those feet when they first built them? That's what I want to know.
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
They were feet tall.
They were a couple feet tall. So
Couple, yeah.
literally, this is 2 feet of snow that fell this morning. That's the caption. 2 feet of snow fell this morning. So that was kind of cool. All right, let's see
Very
if I
clever.
can move on to the next guy. And if I have to unshare it to bring up the next one.
No,
don't
just
think
click
so.
on the next picture or click on the next tab.
Okay, let's see.
Say, hey, one's good enough for today.
Okay. All right, it's good. We're running out of time. I'll do the other ones later.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to try this. I'm afraid. Okay.
Kim,
Do I
that was
stop sharing?
Yeah.
Yes,
You're good,
You
you're
know, no
All right,
skeletons. We're in good shape.
Yeah, that was something.
Okay, Kim, that was awesome. So my weather pool this week strikes a little close to home. So as some of you know, I was in Florida this last week, and I took some storm pictures. First of all, look at these pictures. I mean,
Oh, beautiful.
it's just like I'm basically a pro. Also, you can see in that last picture, in that right corner, there was a man and a woman there. I think they were about 20 or 22. And I'm about 90% sure they were there doing something that they shouldn't have been.
Did you say they were
On the
22?
beach.
I don't
Is
know.
that why you
They were
started
on-
taking pictures?
Yeah, really.
It was 1 a.m. and I was the only person there. And then I heard like a rustling. And then I looked back in my pictures and I saw the outline of someone. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
What in the world? Did you know they were 20 or 22 years
I don't
Exactly.
old?
Good question.
Why would you? I don't know. Why would you go to the beach? I don't know.
Brady followed them for a half an hour.
Anyway. So, I left as soon as the storm got close enough, though, that it was dangerous, of course.
I don't
Well,
believe you took these pictures.
So here, this was someone took my picture and from, hashtag storm hour, whatever that is, didn't ask me at all, just tagged me in it and posted
Wow.
it. And it got 31 retweets and 81 likes. And
That's
so,
a beautiful picture.
They got Mark Torello disease, but
yeah, apparently it's Mark Terrell. It probably is Mark Terrell that runs
he
it.
probably manages that.
He
account.
probably because they tweet about every 30 minutes with people's photos. So
All right. Stop
Interesting.
following Storm Hour. Hashtag
Yes.
Storm Hour or
Yes.
at Storm Hour.
Yep.
All right. Hey, great photos, though, man.
Thank
You know, it's a good thing if someone's trying to steal them.
Well,
That's true.
Although
That's
they
true.
stole the worst one. That was the worst one out of the 4. I don't know why they didn't choose the other 3. Like there was no bolt in that one.
I think because the palm.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Very good. All right.
All right, Brady, you going to close that segment up? or you just
yeah. So you can find all the pictures and videos that we just had on our website, stormfrontfreaks.com, or they're on our Facebook page too, right, Phil?
Nope, we don't
No.
post them on that.
Okay.
Go to our website. Show notes.
Our website. Yep. While you're there, buy some Stormfront Freaks gear too. We got a couple of things, and it is awesome.
Awesome. Great finish there, brother. Okay, let's move it over to MJ. We got any listener comments or responses?
We got one tonight. Actually, we had 2, but you already talked about Christine Vierkamp, who sent the Facebook or the Weather Fool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we thank her for that. Rob H. Chimed in, said, just made it to the first break in episode 32 Raw. Already the best show yet, and I'm sure it will get drunker. Oops, funnier yet. Thank you, Rob.
Damn.
You must have come on during Maz's plug of weatherproshop.com.
Yeah.
Where, Paul?
Yeah. Said, like, 2 things. And then he got to report logos, and I thought, all right, I got to step in and at least correct them on
Guys,
that.
this is bad. I was trying to send an email to both of you guys, or to you guys with all the links for my stuff, and I just sent it to myself twice in a row. So I definitely think I need to cut
Have another drink.
Did you tweet out your
Have another
picture?
drink.
cut myself off.
All right. Well, I think that's certainly about Stormfront Freaks podcast and Stormfront Freaks Raw. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for still making it to this part. I'll tell you what, if you got the fortitude to stick around this long, you got enough. Leave us a review on iTunes and make sure you subscribe to us. But hey, special thanks to our guests. And our next live episode in 2 weeks, August 24th, will be with former hurricane hunter and member of the National Hurricane Center, Warden Madden. Correct, Kim?
Yes.
Yeah, so Kim has connection there, set us up. So it's obviously hurricane season. We got some activity going already, so it'll be fun to talk to Warren. Go to stormfrontfreaks.com or our YouTube channel if you'd like to watch it live. But I'm going to call this a night already. For MJ, Maz, Brady, and Kim, I'm going to signal the all clear. I can't laugh anymore. We'll catch you guys next time.
Goodbye.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.
Peace out.
Oh, God, Kim, I have not.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was holding it together, and then I just lost it right in the middle.
Well, and that in both, like what got me started was when Jason came and was like, "Can you count to 10?" He was like, 5.
Got to
No.
Just stopped.
No,
I was like,
do not, no.
Well, I'll tell you what, I lost.